Welcome to the audiobook of New Social Studies, Grade 10. Unit 8, Lesson 3, page number 318. Water, an important source of energy. Introduction. The power derived from the utilization of physical or chemical resources, especially to provide light and heat or to work machines, is called energy. Energy is obtained from coal, gas, petroleum, hydropower, nuclear power station, etc. In the context of Nepal, there are two types of sources of energy: traditional and commercial sources. Firewood, animal dung, agricultural residues, etc. are the traditional sources of energy, whereas petroleum, hydropower, gas, coal, solar energy, wind energy, etc. are the commercial or modern sources of energy. Development of hydropower in Nepal. Nepal is rich in water resource. There are many underground and surface sources of water. Most of the rivers are snow-fed and fast-flowing, such as Karnali, Gandaki, Koshi, and their tributaries. Such perennial rivers are very suitable for hydropower generation as they flow swiftly down steep slopes carrying high potential. The rivers in the hilly topography can also be used for constructing multi-purpose projects like generation of hydropower, supply of drinking water, irrigation, etc. The estimated theoretical power potential is approximately 83,000 megawatts, which is about 2.26% of the world's hydropower generation. However, with the technical and economic point of view, its potential has been evaluated to be 44,370 megawatt. Potential of hydropower production. Here we have a table where there's serial number, rivers, theoretical potential, and technical and economic potential. So for Kosi River, theoretical potential is 22,350 megawatts, but technical and economic potential is 10,860 megawatts. For Gandaki River, theoretical potential is 20,650 megawatts. Technical and economic potential is 5,270 megawatts. Karnali and Mahakali Rivers, theoretical potential 36,000 megawatts, and technical and economic potential 27,360 megawatts. In other rivers, theoretical potential 4,000 megawatts and technical and economic potential 880 megawatts. So total theoretical potential is 83,000 megawatts and technical and economic potential is 44,370 megawatts. Benefits from hydropower generation to Nepal. It helps to reduce dependency on petroleum and maintains balance of payment. It can be used to operate the factories and industries in the country. It helps to reduce the amount of deforestation for fuel and helps in the environment conservation. It helps to earn foreign currency by exporting electricity. It helps in the development of transportation, communication, and generation of employment opportunity. It helps in the modernization and commercialization of agriculture. Present status of power supply. Despite being rich in water resource, Nepal is facing power crisis because of being unable to utilize its potential. Common people, industries, and factories are struggling with low power supply. As of fiscal year 2072-73, total electricity generated in the country from all the energy sources just amounts 829 megawatt. This is about 1% of the total potential of the country. Out of the total generation of hydropower in the country, 689 megawatts have been connected to the national transmission, and rest is being produced and used at local level. The 14th Plan 2073-74 to 2075-76 has aimed to generate 2,279 megawatts hydroelectricity. The government is also trying its best to manage the power crisis by importing electricity from India. Nepal Electricity Authority is also trying to extend electricity supply to all parts of the country and make load shedding free zones even with insufficient production of electricity. The history of electricity generation is not long in Nepal. It began since 1968 Bikram Sambat with the production of electricity 500 kilowatt from Farping Hydropower Station. Though the electricity is supplied all over the country, only about 56% of the total population is using electricity. The rest population is still depending on other sources of energy. Only about 2.56% of the total consumption of the energy is supported by electricity. If the total consumption of electricity is evaluated sector-wise, more electricity is being used in domestic sector like lighting, cooking, etc. Similarly, industries and business enterprises are also the major sectors for electricity consumption. Factors obstructing in the hydropower generation in Nepal. Lack of sufficient capital for the investment in hydropower generation. Lack of transportation and communication facility. Political instability and lack of visionary leadership. Nepotism and favoritism in the hydropower projects. And obstruction of local people. Measures to solve energy crisis in Nepal. A long-term policy should be formulated and implemented to make the country independent in energy. Remittance and national capital should be utilized in the development of hydropower. Basic infrastructures such as transportation and communication should be developed. There should be political commitment not to interfere in this sector and maintain political discipline. The justifiable demands of the local people should be timely addressed. Activities, page number 320. Number 1. Write a letter to the non-resident Nepalese requesting for investment in hydropower generation in Nepal. Number 2. Conduct a speech program on hydropower production is the best way to remove energy crisis. Exercise, very short answer questions. Number 1. Write any two sources of energy. Number 2. What is the potential of hydroelectricity in Nepal evaluated with the technical and economic point of view? Number 3. What can be the two ways to utilize the water resources available in your local level? Write. Short answer questions. Number 1. Discuss on the traditional and commercial or modern sources of energy. Number 2. How can Nepal be benefited from the hydropower generation? Mention. Number 3. Nepal has huge potential of hydropower. Justify this statement. Number 4. Construct a bar diagram showing the statistics related to the hydroelectricity in Nepal provided in the lesson. Number 5. Is there any possibility that Nepal will earn foreign currency by exporting hydroelectricity? Present your opinion in points. Long answer question. 1. Why is Nepal not being able to generate hydroelectricity as per the potential? Mention the reasons. Also, mention the measures to remove energy crisis in Nepal. Community work. Visit a powerhouse operated in or near your locality. Observe the site and collect necessary information. Then prepare a report and present in the class. This is the end of Unit 8, Lesson 3 at page number 320. This podcast is dedicated to visually impaired students. So if you know anybody who needs this book to listen and learn, please share the link and also please subscribe the channel. Thank you and all the best.